What is good, Cardano fam, Ada gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $1.5 billion according to CoinGecko. Over 250,000 posts on X mention Cardano, ADA, or SNEC this week, according to Radar. Grayscale ranks ADA as third in their recent top 10 crypto assets for 1 week returns, right alongside XRP and Stellar. Very good. Ali Martinez, technical analyst, says whales bought over 200 million ADA in the last 48 hours. So while paper hands are prominent, smart money institutions continue to accumulate, in the words of Charles, buying chunks of ADA for their ETPs and ETFs. MEXC, with over $5 billion in 24-hour trade volume, will list Cardano meme coin Baby SNEC paired with Tether USDT. Trading goes live on August 12th at 9 a.m. Eastern. Great to see exchanges listing more and more CNTs. Hopefully we see SNEC listed on big exchanges. Now, of course, this is Baby SNEC, but we're probably going to see a variety of native tokens from the cascading benefits from Midnight being integrated. Ascent Rivals, a competitive Cardano-based racing game with early access available on Steam, announces partnership with Sundial, ADA's Layer 2 solution for scaling Bitcoin, to shape the next evolution of esports. Now, I have played Ascent Rivals months ago on Steam. Very simple, very fun game, very great esports competitive edge that it has. So I think this is interesting to see the synergy, Bitcoin, Cardano, esports. Could be a lot of interesting utility. ADA's cross-chain bridge WAN chain highlights its transaction of the week. Almost 225,000 USDC bridged directly from BFB chain to Cardano. So great to see. We have a lot of WAN chain updates integrating a new cross-chain route for USDC as well, directly between Sui and Cardano. So this is new. Now Cardano can plug right into Sui, unlock new users, wallets, and boost transaction throughput. Doesn't stop there. WAN chain highlights its stablecoin growth on Cardano with wrapped USDT and USDC. And so their minted stablecoins surged 110% from $2.36 million to almost $5 million, with 860K worth of USDT and over $4.1 million worth of USDC. Now, this is great because wrapped assets are a great metric of confidence on a chain and often act as a stopgap, as a transition for native integration. And it's going to be very easy for them to integrate natively with this sort of infrastructure work already being done for wrapped assets. Now, speaking of cross-chain, WAN chain, now we see a whopping 14 other networks that Cardano can connect to, which is just superb. Again, that gives people more checkpoints to transact into Cardano instead of going directly to centralized exchanges. Sebastian Guillemot joins Midnight Foundation as Chief Technology Officer, CTO, to accelerate Starstream and Midnight. Charles Hoskinson says Midnight Foundation now has one of the best CTOs in the crypto space. We're all very excited to collaborate on Starstream, Halo 3, and Paima. Now, not Master Chief Halo. I believe this is referring to quantum related stuff, some other related things. So, no Master Chief. Midnight Foundation CTO saying quantum resistance is coming to Starstream, Midnight Network, and Cardano. The team has been stealth working on this for a little while, still early, but will move really fast. And we know that Charles and his team has contributed to standards when it comes to post-quantum. So Cardano is ready and set prime for the post-quantum world. Coinbase wrapped ADA, CB ADA, surpasses 1,300 holders and over 450,000 transactions, showcasing rising demand in cross-chain Cardano. Iagon, Cardano's AI-driven shared storage and compute economy, surpasses a whopping 30,000 terabytes in decentralized storage with active presence in 340 cities across 52 countries. That is very powerful. Just those numbers alone speak so much. TMZ, I didn't expect this, With over 30 million followers across X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube combined, features World Mobile's collaboration with NBA champion Tristan Thompson, who played alongside LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, among many more. Big names are keeping an eye on Cardano one way or another, and we know that WMTX, when it comes to DEXs, is mostly still traded on Cardano. So who else is paying attention to Cardano? Raoul Paul says retail will buy ADA, XRP, and Doge, whether you like it or not. Now, he was saying that the retail doesn't understand fundamentals. They just look at cheap tokens. So take it with a grain of salt. But I do agree with the part of his quote that they will buy ADA, XRP, and Doge. Heck, I have these three. On the recent dip, I bought Doge. So that's literally he's literally describing my bag, a little bit of Litecoin. And it's true because that's what retail goes after, because the narrative is so strong. That's the off-chain metrics I'm talking about. Brand, narrative, leadership, right? All these things, mind share. The mind share that Doge has. It's like something like 2.2 million people on their subreddit, something like that. So Dogecoin, huge. ADA, huge. XRP, huge. And these three are also very OG projects. So they have strong network effect. I agree, Raoul. We don't agree on everything, but we agree that they will get those three. NBA legend Scottie Pippen is bullish on his crypto watch list, which he shared, which includes Cardano. Not surprised. Who else? Crypto Banter's Sheldon says, yes, Cardano, I love you guys. I am bullish on your coin. I do think you're going to see a Cardano explosion again. I actually think ADA's going to do something very similar to what XRP did. I like that, because if we remember, in November, December, XRP just went to Mars. But I think we're just getting started for altcoin season. Crypto Banter's Sheldon says Cardano has been here for a very long time. And we know there's a powerful Cardano run incoming. I think ADA will get back to all-time high. It's one of the biggest opportunities right now. So loving the positive sentiment. Think of Crypto Banter, whatever you will. Sheldon keeps it based, as seen with those statements. Now, the Glacier drop is live, guys, but the window is very long. There's multiple weeks. I think it's something like 50 plus days still left. It doesn't make a difference at what point that you claim the Glacier drop, but I will say be safe. Make sure you follow all the official links. As we progress into altcoin season, whether it be the midnight airdrop or other things, there's going to be a lot of bad actors, scammers. So be careful. We'll highlight some of the recent partnerships, but we won't dive into Glacier drop because we're also waiting for improved hardware support, which should be coming in the weeks ahead. But let's take a look at some of the partnerships. BitGo is integrating native support for Midnight, enabling institutional access to privacy-focused smart contracts. We're also supporting Night claims during the Glacier drop directly through their platform. Very good, advancing privacy and real-world utility. Also, Midnight and Blockchain.com. Now, we know Blockchain.com integrated Cardano recently, and so they're just expanding upon that support. So Blockchain.com, an official ecosystem partner for Midnight, offering native support in their wallets. And again, we're going to see a lot more of these partnerships expand as we progress into Q4. This was nice. Shielded Technologies, the company behind Midnight, is now a premier member of that project that also includes WanChain and many others, LF Decentralized Trust. So this is the project that also played a prominent role when it comes to Hyperledger Identis and many other things as well. A lot of big names are playing a role with this group. So that's really cool. Joining their governing board, this reinforces our commitment to open source development and privacy-first internet infrastructure. Now, let's take a look at this great recap for the week by Watcher Guru, which covers a bunch of stuff outside of the Cardano ecosystem. President Trump, of course, signing the executive order, opening the $12.5 trillion 401k retirement market to crypto investments. So we're going to get some old geezer exit liquidity, something like that type beat. Ripple and the SEC, they both formally filed to dismiss the appeals, ending the legal battle. So that's good. XRP is not a security. And this massive victory Well, XRP never was a security dating back years ago, but this officially ends any remaining disputes. It's over. So it's just back to business. Great for XRP, great for Ripple, great for all of crypto. President Trump signing the executive order to stop banking discrimination against crypto and other factors, politics. Many of people were referring to this as Choke Point 3.0. So I'm just glad that the administration is working actively to prevent such a situation. Canada losing a bunch of jobs, but who cares? And I'm saying that as a Canadian. Harvard buying over $116 million worth of BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF. This is great because perhaps we'll see a lot more institutions like universities, colleges, just boom, following suit. David Sachs, crypto and AI czar, saying that the executive orders President Trump signed this week will give 90 million Americans access to crypto. So 401k, it's not just old people, it could be a young guy in a job. He wants to put a percentage of it into there. The key with 401k, guys, is that in terms of accessing it, you have to go through so many hoops and loops to access your 401k, right? So it's actually going to encourage more and more hodling. 82% of S&P 500 companies beat quarterly earnings estimate. This is what we're talking about with stocks doing well before we see altcoin season. Part of that is also what we're seeing with companies going public, all the ETP, ETF vehicles, so all the fundraising going on. So that is a good indicator, a precursor, if you will. We did see the SEC declare crypto liquid staking activities are not considered securities. That is a great thing. And that aligns well with the filing for staking for a variety of ETFs like BlackRock and their Ethereum ETF. This is good for Cardano. Dubai officially approves first crypto options license. And finally, Ethereum blasting through $4,300. First time since 2021. And so, yes, there's a little pullback from ADA being at like 83 cents, 84 cents, but it's still looking good. Higher lows, right? We're still trending upwards. And I think that we are getting ready. Again, Russell 2000 index needs to reclaim its previous all-time highs. Bitcoin dominance needs to tumble into those 50 ranges. And I think that Bitcoin needs to blast beyond 121. I'm talking like 125K to get a lot of those shorts liquidated. In the meantime, we're going to see a lot of exchange manipulation to the upside and downside via perps. And so continue to watch and don't overthink. I saw a great post, and I think this affects us all, right? Often we overthink little things, governance, this, that. Oh, there's not enough this, there's not enough stablecoin, there's not enough this. Guys, we went to $3 with no smart contracts. And so with the legislation we have, with everything stronger right now on the macro and the micro, inventory's low. It's just a matter of time, I think, before we Giga Chad, bull run, send it. And I think that we're going to see Bitcoin go higher to 125, 130, 150. We're going to see ADA go past $1, $1.50. And holding and being patient is one of the hardest things, right? It's hard even for me. It's hard for everyone. But know what you hold. I got big bags of XRP, of ADA, and Doge as well. So I got to add Doge to this list as well. So Raoul Paul basically predicted my bag. So guys, as long as we're trending well, it's good. If we revisit this, because I had bought more in these ranges, right? If we revisit this, I'm just going to buy more. If we don't, send it. That's the nice thing about looking at the upside to both situations. Now, I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff from Rare Evo, but there's going to be those little updates here and there. We'll get around to covering as much as we can as we progress through the rest, but it's good to be back, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your understanding, taking a moment to reflect and just, touch grass and just be more connected to nature. And it's good to sometimes take a break, reflect on your progress, see where you're headed. And it's just good overall for business and also for health as well. And as we know, health is wealth. Time is really the only luxury. So guys, I appreciate you guys and just excited for altcoin season, guys. It's imminent. It's imminent. So hit that subscribe. Hit that like. I will see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.